Hey everyone, Matt here, back again with another quick video on fun things to sell on eBay. And this is one of my favorites, and I would say one of our specialties, is vintage snapback hats. So what I've done today is just pull up about 10 or 15 recent listings that sold on eBay, and these hats all sold for over $100. So these are definitely hats that you want to keep an eye out for. You want to buy these if you see them. And I love selling vintage hats. Some of the reasons that I love them so much are that they're easy to find, they're cheap to buy. Usually you can find them at a yard sale for a quarter or 50 cents, or I guess at the most $1. I hardly ever pay more than $1 for a hat. You can also find them at thrift stores for $1 usually. And the other thing that I really like about them is that they're easy to ship because they're lightweight and they fit in a small box, and so they can easily be shipped first class shipping. So that's great. Usually the way that I package them when I sell them is in a 9x7x4 cardboard box that I buy in bulk. I usually have at least 50 on hand, and I will put them in a clear new plastic bag, and I will put them in the box so that when the person opens the box, they can see the logo and they're looking at the hat they purchased, and then they can pull it out and take it out of the bag. So new box, new bag, first class packaging, and overall we hope that the buyer gets a good experience. But anyways, let's get into these hats. We don't have long. This video should be just around 10 minutes. So the first hat that I found is this number 76 Pendleton Truck Plaza hat, and you wouldn't really think much of this hat. Those people that know hats know that the three stripes on the side are always something you want to look for. If you find those three stripes on the side, it's great. They usually sell quick. This one sold for a ridiculous amount, probably because 76, a lot of people collect that. It's like a gas station. I think that's what it was, or an oil company. This one sold for $402. There were 17 bids. It sold on August 23rd. Here's one. The reason I put this one up, it's number one, it's a K Products hat, and K Products is a great brand to look for when you're looking for vintage hats. The other thing that I like about this hat is that it has a patch on it. That's another thing you want to look for. People really like to buy these hats with patches. Let me see if I can show you the K Products. There it is. See, they zoomed in on it. They knew what they were looking for. K Products made a lot of vintage hats back in the day, so that'll be a clue that it's old. Gore-Tex, not really old. I mean, I guess it's from the 1990s, so we can call it vintage. They sell fast, kind of like the Ralph Lauren, the polo hats. They sell fast. This one sold for $150. Not sure if I told you the last one what that sold for. $102. So the Gore-Tex sold for $150 in California. This one here, Mountain Dew, $200 even from Puyallup, Washington. King County Fair, Mountain Dew. It doesn't look special, but again, it's got the three stripes on the side, and it's in great condition. It's clean, super clean. Let's see if they show what brand made this. Little stain on the front, and they did a zoom up on it, and that's great. Always want to take a good picture of anything that's wrong with it so that the people who are purchasing it know, and they have no reason to return it because you've focused in on all those things. This one I just put up because it was super interesting. Harley Davidson, they make all kinds of strange hats. This one is like a train style conductor hat, $499. All it really has is a little bit of print in there. Other than that, it's just a conductor hat. Nothing really special. Nothing makes it special except it's Harley Davidson. So that would be a cool purchase, especially if you bought it for $1. Here's one that I've sold before, Redwing shoes. This one sold for $179, and it's got the little wing on it. This one also has a patch. They call this, I think it's called a 5-panel. See how it's got the stitching here? Instead of one big piece right here, it's two. I think they call it a 5-panel hat, but that's something to look out for. Again, this one's in perfect condition. Clean. Oh, okay. Now that's also a normal thing. The foam, there used to be a foam here, and on a lot of vintage hats, the foam will just crumble, and it makes such a mess. It's a real pain to clean up. The best way that I found to do it is to use an air compressor and take it outside or take it in your garage, just blow all that stuff off with your air compressor. I've tried vacuuming it. That doesn't really work. It's a mess. This one here is a vintage Atlanta Hawks logo. It's called the Splash Hat. This one sold for $149. It's called the Splash because it's got these 3 paint splashes on it. If these are in really good condition, they sell. They don't usually sell for over $100. This one did, just over at $149, and probably because it was new with tags. Probably the reason it sold for over $100. This one here I put up because John Deere sells fast, and there's 3 different things about this hat that make this desirable to me. 1 is it's John Deere. 2, it's got the patch. And 3, does anybody know what 3 is? John Deere, patch, denim. Denim sells. People collect denim hats, people collect patch hats, and people collect John Deere. So this has 3 hits on it. Not only, it's got 3 things that people collect, so you're opening up your customer base, and the people that are going to bid on it greatly expands because you've hit all 3, or 3 of the things to look out for. And this one even has stains all over it. It's dirty, pretty bad. It looks like it was dropped in an oil puddle or something. And still, see, they did a good job of zooming in on all these stains. $175.99. September 10th, just a couple weeks ago. Here's another Mountain Dew hat, $486. 48 bids. It's Mountain Dew, and it's super colorful. It's great colors. It's got the old style embossing here, or whatever you call it. It's kind of bumpy. And it's got the 3 stripes. Nice colors, clean, Mountain Dew. Perfect. I wish I had found that. I've never sold a hat for that much. Here's another juice or soda. I think that's a soda. This is Slice. This one sold for $219. Again, 3 stripes. I guess I pulled up a lot of 3 stripes. I apologize for that. Here it's got that old style print. 5-pin or 6-panel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is different than the other one where it's got the 6 up here, but it doesn't have the seam on the front here. Sometimes they have one there, like that last one. Beautiful hat. What else? We've got 2 more here. Kodiak Racing. These ones sell for ridiculous prices, always over $100. This one sold for $158.30. 3 stripes, patch. But the Kodiak Racing logo, if you ever see that, grab it. K Products. Again, you can see all the foam kind of crumbled. That's a sure sign that it's old because it takes a while for that to crumble up like that. If the foam is super clean, it might not be it might be a lookalike. Haven't seen too many lookalikes, but I have seen them. So it is something to watch out for. You don't want to put up a vintage hat for auction if it's not really vintage. And this is a lot that sold for $405. And the reason I pulled this one up, we live in a rural area, and so I'm always looking for these kind of things. These are seed companies, and they're all very clean. It looked like the guy probably worked for the company, but also they're denim. They've got the seed companies, and most of them are patches. These ones are patches, some patches. So definitely something to look out for. So that's pretty much what I do on a weekly basis. Is I just do, I go ahead and look for past listings using the eBay search tool, and I just scroll through. I've sold camel before. I scroll through these and try to see, what's selling. People even sell lots. If you ever came across a box of hats that you wanted to sell, but nothing really was John Deere or patch or denim, but there was a lot there, people will buy lots. So you could do that. You probably won't get as much, but you could do it. There's another Splash hat. I didn't put that one up because it had best offer accepted, so it could have sold for $1. You never know. Ford equipment, a lot of hardware. Ford, there's another John Deere one. Farming, agriculture. There's a really cool McDonald's one. So anyways, that's what sold over the past couple weeks, over $100. I will check back in another week or two. We'll do this again, and we'll see what sold for over $100. in the vintage hat world. If you have any questions about vintage hat, please feel free to send me a message. I'm always selling these things. We've got hundreds right now in our inventory, and so I'm glad to help. If there's anything I can do to help, go ahead and send us a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Good luck selling.